Welcome back to TMP. Today we're diving into the life of one of America's most notorious criminals, James Whitey Bulger. He was once the kingpin of Boston's underworld, and he had a reign of terror that was marked with ruthless violence, corruption, and a web of betrayal that ultimately led him to the top of the FBI's most wanted list. We're going to explore how this Irish-American gangster evaded capture for 16 years and became a living legend in the criminal underworld. James was born in 1929 in Boston, Massachusetts, and he grew up in one of the toughest neighborhoods in South Boston. He quickly became involved in petty crime, and by the 1950s, his criminal activities escalated, leading him to join the Winter Hill Gang, one of Boston's most feared criminal organizations. As he rose through the ranks, Boston's reputation for brutality and cunning grew, setting the stage for the takeover of the Boston underworld. By the 1970s, James had taken over the Winter Hill Gang, using a mix of violence, intimidation, and strategic alliances to dominate Boston's criminal underworld. But what set James apart from the other gangsters was the secret alliance with the FBI. In exchange for information on rival gangs, he was basically granted virtual immunity from prosecution, and this corrupt relationship allowed him to expand his criminal empire and engage in things like drug trafficking, extortion, and murder, all while being protected by the very agency that was meant to bring him to justice. In 1994, federal agents began to close in on him, but he ended up receiving a tip from his actual FBI handler and fled Boston, beginning a life on the run that would last 16 years. Despite being on the FBI's most wanted fugitive list, he managed to evade capture by living under various aliases and moving from city to city. His ability to stay hidden for so long became a testament to his criminal cunningness and ultimately the failures of law enforcement. And it wasn't until 2011 that he was eventually finally captured in Santa Monica, California, when he was actually living a pretty quiet life in a rent-controlled apartment, if you can believe that. James's capture brought an end to one of the longest and most notorious manhunts in FBI history. His trial revealed the full extent of his crimes and the corruption that allowed him to evade justice for so long. He was ended up convicted of multiple murders and sentenced to life in prison, where he ultimately met his violent end in 2018 when he was killed by fellow inmates. Thanks for watching TMP. Let me know what you think in the comments about James's story. Like, do you think something like this could happen today? Or ultimately, was it because there was such less scrutiny last time that he was able to basically strike up a deal that allowed him to freely operate as long as he was able to inform? Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching and hope to see you in the next video.